Hello, everyone. This is Ivan with Create Your Future. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in personal development, relationships, and the law of attraction. And today I have a very interesting video for you all. And I say interesting because last week I did a video about a client who was able to get communication going with her SP after 2 years of no contact. Well, this video is actually right after I did that video. The following day, I received an amazing success story via email from one of my clients I've been working with approximately 5 months now. And she has had an amazing journey with its ups and downs, of course, which I will explain to you throughout the video. But she was always talking about not being intimate with her SP and how long it's been since she's had that moment. So it was something that we were working on, and guess what? It finally happened, and it happened so easily. It actually happened 2 weeks after we had our last session, where she was completely wanting to give up and she was very hopeless and she just wanted like nothing to do with her SP or manifesting consciously or law of assumption or anything. Okay. So I hope this video inspires a lot of you who are in a point of your journey where you feel like you might feel stuck or you see this goal as being something so unreachable, because it is possible. And I'll share with you some tips that this client and I work together to make this happen. So let's jump into the email and then I'll give you some pointers. Okay. Hi, Ivan. It's been about 2 weeks since we spoke. In our session, I came to the realization I had a lot of work that I needed to do on myself in regards to self concept. After speaking to you, I really decided to make the decision to work on myself, but be committed to this and not as half hearted I was before. I made commitments of things I would do every single day that relate to me. I have been meditating every day. I have been writing a list of things that are so amazing about myself using I am affirmations. And every night before bed, I write my gratitude journal of what I'm grateful for, things that are happening and now and in the future. I've been grateful for things that haven't happened yet. And then lastly, state akin to sleep, visualizing what I want to happen. I've also been doing a lot of self care and self love care and compassion. As we know, I've been pretty hard on myself, drinking water and doing things that make me feel good. This has really helped me with my anxiety as I got really anxious for things that didn't even happen. It's been about 2 solid weeks since making these commitments to myself. So it was my SP's birthday on Sunday, and I really wanted to spend it with him. I bought him a cake on his birthday and messaged him to say happy birthday and to invite him over. He said he appreciates the birthday wishes and he said he was out. He would come to my house on Tuesday. This was very huge for me to boldly ask him to come over. Due to the low confidence and anxiety, I would be in fear, but I kept on telling myself I am a powerful creator. He doesn't have free will, and I always get what I want. So on Tuesday, I didn't hear from him, and despite messaging him from morning, I started to get anxious. I was questioning whether he was coming or not and started to overanalyze things, and then immediately got back on my mental diet and meditated. I went about my day, and my SP called around 3 p.m. and said he was on his way. I was delighted. However, during the phone call, he wasn't very pleasant, as but I knew this was my old fears and worries pushed out in him in the morning. So after I got off the phone with him, I meditated and said my affirmations. I really affirmed how the evening would go. SP turned up at 6 p.m. I cooked him dinner, and me and him and our daughter ate dinner together. We then watched movies and we chilled, and it was beautiful because this is the third time we have spent family time together during my manifestation process. We started to sit really closely next to one another. We had some serious talks about us, and he asked me questions like how do I feel about him, and how he was very open about how he sees things with us. One of my affirmations is SP is open and vulnerable with me. He told me, in other words, that we still have emotional attachment between each other and feelings. After that conversation with each other, we hugged and and we were intimate with each other. It's been 2 years, yes, 2 years since we last since we last were intimate with one another, and I honestly never thought it would happen again, or we would get to that, or we would get that close. The intimacy was exactly how I visualized it, but even better and very passionate. I am so proud of myself, like really I am. Old me would never thought this would even be possible before. I don't want to repeat the old story because I decided to bury it as we both know I was only repeating it. But have been great with my SP. My but things haven't been great with my SP for a long time. And since putting in the work, I've manifested all these changes in him, and I've started to see how me changing myself and my whole world has been changing. It's not been easy for me, and at times I doubted myself and wanted to give up. And you, Ivan, have had plenty phone calls where I cried and just didn't believe, and I just didn't believe. And you really drummed it into my head. What hit home for me is when you told me I was living in fear because I didn't believe I was good enough. Well, I decided that day I was good enough, and now look, it's been less than 2 weeks since we last spoke. My journey during my manifestation process has been rewarding but life changing. Every hurdle was an opportunity for me to take it and learn from it. It was feedback on what I needed to change, but it finally clicked. I only needed to change myself. I didn't need to try and control everyone outside of me or try to figure things would go. I just needed to go inside me and remember who the hell I was and love me. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm so close. I want my family back and to get the committed relationship. And I know it's coming, and this has given me more motivation than ever to keep persisting. I had to learn to trust that regardless of what I see, everything is working out for me in my favor. Thank you for being so amazing and so supportive and keeping it real with me. You have been my rock, and you are the reason I'm able to share this story today. You helped me to stay afloat and never give up. So I'm thankful. Ivan looks like you will be coming to London sooner than you think. The biggest lesson in all of this, and the moral of this story is there is no one to change but self. Awesome. So that was a great success story. It was long, but I really wanted to express everything that she said to so that it can inspire you because these are her own words. Um, so this client and I, we've been working for 5 months, and through the journey, she's had so many successes, and she's actually experienced a lot of things. But one of the things is that she would limit herself a lot because she would experience a success and then fear it because she thought that she could never experience that again. So where that fear came from was that lack of self that she experienced. And every single session, yes, I would go hard on her and tell her, it's because you are not appreciative of herself. And even though you could see me in videos as being very calm and very, soothing, I do sometimes have to get to a point where I have to tell you, hey, wake up, and this is what you need to do. And this is what's going to give you what it is that you want. So one of the realizations she had during our previous session was that she was in constant fear. But she was in constant fear because there was a huge doubt about herself and her belief system and what she is worth. And she's worth a lot. She's an incredible person, a sweet person, beautiful person, a wonderful mother, and a wonderful giving person. Some of the things that we discussed was the fact that she was always giving in order to receive something. She felt like she had to give in order to be appreciated. And if you're a giving person, that's completely fine. That's awesome. But if you're giving in order to have that validation of being enough, well, that's not being a great giver, you know? So that's one of the things that we discussed about her giving to herself first and feeling full within in order to receive from the world, from her SP. So some of the things that we worked on were, creating these gratitude lists, your gratitude journal, which have expressed that gratitude is one of the greatest things to do when consciously manifesting or just life in general, just being grateful for everything that you are, everything that you do, everything that is present, everything that is coming. Just be grateful for absolutely everything, and life is going to give you more things to be grateful for, more experiences, more love. Okay, so that's one of the things she did. Another thing was to write a love list. A love list, as I'm pretty sure a lot of you know, is just things that you love, things that make you happy. The reason why these love lists are so helpful is because it reminds you of the things that you currently love, and it elevates your state of being by giving you that memory of like, oh, I love this type of food. I love this type of experience. I love this type of person. I love this movie, this song, this lyric, whatever it is. So she would write this list of things that she was loving, and that things that she knew brought her joy, and then her state of kinesthesia. So she created a scene every single night before she would go to sleep. So she would say her intentions through her work. And right when she was in bed, she would be under the covers, and, she would just visualize the scene. And the scene that she would visualize, and I asked her if I could say this, was um, being intimate with her partner, because that was one of the desire she really had, because it's been 2 years that since she's been with anybody, actually. She actually said that, and she thought that this had not been a possibility. So it was great. She stuck to it, and this was 2 weeks. Okay, so for 2 weeks she went hard on the self-care, self-love, self-concept. She would incorporate some of her SP through the visualization, but what really magnified that visualization was the appreciation that she was showing to herself within those 2 weeks that she neglected to do through this whole process, and it was something I would tell her every single moment. It starts with you. It starts with you. It starts with you. And I say it in every single video, and I would continue to say it in every single video until it clicks to a lot of you, okay? um, so I'm really happy for her. She's a wonderful client, and she actually booked a session right after I got the email. And when we spoke, she was so happy, and she was so inspired by her own journey, by her own creation, that it's just keeping her going. And she asked me, Ivan, what can I do to keep on going? How can I keep this momentum? It's like by keeping up with yourself, by appreciating yourself, by being present with yourself, by enjoying your life, by romanticizing you. Romanticize your life. That's one of the best advice anybody could ever give you. It's one of the best I ever received. Romanticize your life, enjoy your life, experience it to its fullest, because it is an incredible thing to experience. We're all born to have an amazing, loving, passionate, wonderful everything. So I hope this video inspires a lot of you. It really inspired me to keep on inspiring people to reach their hopes, their dreams, anything. It really inspired me to keep on counting all of you to persist and persist. It's been 2 success stories in a row where it's been such a long time frame as 2 years. Okay, both of them were 2 years, which I thought was really funny, because I had said to myself, that's kind of awesome. That feels kind of cool, that I have a lot of clients who question the timing. It's, will this happen? Will I experience it? It's been too long. He or she has probably forgotten about me. It seems so difficult, but this is how everyone is pushed out, or manifesting. When something feels good to you, you start seeing more of it. So with last week's success story, I felt really good about doing the video and sharing it with you all. That a similar situation came about. Obviously, it's a different circumstance, but it's just showing you that there's so many possibilities. That it is better to stay in the possibility of good than in the doubt or the fear. Okay, So thank you so much. I hope you really enjoyed this video as much as I did. I am very grateful for these amazing success stories. I'm always intending that every single one of my clients has immediate success so that I could share with you all to continue to inspire. And remember that currently we are running a contest where as soon as we reach 100,000 subscribers, 3 lucky winners will be chosen. So comment down below how the law of attraction or law of assumption or even this video has inspired you in order to create a wonderful life for yourself. Also remember that I am available for one-on-one booking. So links are down below. We could help you create any desire, okay? Thank you so much for all your love, and I intend for you all to continue to persist and to continue to succeed. Bye.